Alright, if you got one of these 5.0 Coyotes from like 2011 and up, not sure to what year, but first gen, and you need to replace your main bearings because it's a pile of sandpaper in the pen. Well, you can replace them all in the vehicle without removing the engine. So these were the bearings that came out of it. Pretty trashed. That's not dirt on top of that. That's literally metal. That's just how it looks. That's one of the better bearings. And also, surprisingly, the oil control one was pretty good. Even the top piece, look very similar. So it's mainly this middle one, number 3. This is the front one. This is probably the hardest one to replace. And yeah, I don't recommend skipping any of them. If you're in here, just replace them all. And let me see, here's a little trick for the back one. You need to cut out, see that little tang right there? Where the 2 bolts sit. Or if you don't want to take the transmission out, to get these 2 bolts out, the back ones, see right here and right here, well, you have to get a wire wheel or not a wire wheel, a cutoff wheel, and shave these off just to clear these 2 bolts. And the cap comes right out. The side bolts on all of these are accessible, so all the way to 2, 3, 4, and 5 accessible. Nothing has to be removed. It's a little tight with the motor mount over here, but you can get to it with a 1/4 inch 13 over here. The starter has to come off, unfortunately, for this number 5. The rest of them you can get to 2, 3, and 4. So basically 2, 3, and 4 can be replaced without really moving anything. The back one, you need to shave those off. It's really not that big of a deal. Starter. And then the big deal is up front, number 1. That's a pain, but yeah, they put the AC compressor has to come off just to get to that side bolt. And over here, this is the biggest headache right here. Alternator and the oil cooler. There's 3 bolts, 2 up higher, like over here, 1, 2, 1 right here where my finger is, and then 1 coming from the front at this bottom hole. They're all 10 millimeters. And then of course the alternator, the 2, I believe 15 millimeters, and that comes off. And then you can finally get to the goods. There it is. The crank survived, surprisingly. Very glad about that. And yeah, rod bearings, same thing, very easy to get to. Those you don't have to pull anything except the pin. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. For the pan, you know, take the diff off, sway bar link, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The cross member, yeah, it's all doable. You gotta move the mounts, you ain't gotta do none of that. All of it is replaceable. Oh yeah, and the pickup tube that comes out as well. Make sure you change that O-ring. You don't have air being sucked in through there. And yeah, torquing is gonna be fun, but that's part of it. Good luck.